This exercise, we want to get into a runner stretch. Now, I don't recommend using a yoga ball like I am here. What I recommend is using either a bench, a chair, or even something as simple as like a low-seated bed would work fine. We just want to be able to get ourselves into this initial kind of closed position through the joint. So I'm going to tuck my pelvis underneath me. I'm going to make sure that I'm in a good neutral position. So I don't want to have one side of my pelvis hiking up more than the other one dropping down, or rotation. Once I get into that position, I'm just going to start out by taking some nice deep belly breaths. So I really want to think about trying to take a full inhalation, expanding all the way through, and then from there, exhaling, letting all the air out. Breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth works really well for this. The big key here is I want to make sure that I'm still putting pressure down into that knee on the working side, but also into the foot on the non-working side. That way I can stay lifted up against that force of gravity while I'm doing this. So once I get into a couple of breaths, then I'm going to go into the actual work. So I'm going to lift my arm up and just kind of spiral through. That way I can get that whole line to connect. If you find that when you lift your arm up, you're not feeling that connection all the way down to the bottom of your knee, you need to tuck your pelvis a little bit more. It means you're not in that fully locked position. Now that we know we're in that fully locked position, what we're going to do from here is we're going to think about trying to actually push our foot down. So we're going to engage our quad. We're going to try to push our foot down. We're going to keep that connection through the core, keep our breath working as we do this. And you can see as I push down more and more, the ball starts to squish more and more. We want to get all the way to 100%. So we're moving up from 10 to 20 to 30 to 40, all the way to 100%. Once we get to 100%, we hold there for 10 seconds. This is me holding right now, and I'm just about done with that 10 seconds. Then I'm going to relax right here. And what I'm going to do from here is I'm going to go the opposite way. So I'm going to take a breath in, I'm going to reset myself, then I'm going to get into that locked position, and I'm going to try to actively pull my heel towards my butt. If I find that I can actually lift my heel up off, it means that I'm not in that locked position, which means I need to tuck my pelvis a little bit more and I need to reach my hips forward in space or check and make sure that my hips are properly aligned and they're balanced right to left. If they're not balanced right to left, that may be why it's easy for me to pull that leg in. So it's the sensation of pulling the leg in. We're going to feel the hamstring fire, but because we're in that locked position and we can't move any further, we're not going to be able to actually get that leg to lift up. We're ramping the same way, 10% all the way up to 100, holding for 10 seconds, and then we're done.